And US President Donald Trump plans to take executive action to pay 50,000 airport security workers as a funding deadlock in Congress continues to disrupt travel nationwide. Now, Trump instructed the Department of Homeland Security to urgently clear payments of Transportation Security Administration officials to address the staffing crisis at major airports across the country. The TSA, on the other hand, reiterated that the agency could be forced to close smaller airports if the crisis worsens. Long lines of weary travelers wound through Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport this week, with waiting time over 2 hours at some terminals due to the standoff. Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt said that President Donald Trump was prepared to pursue all legislative options, including reconciliation to pass the Save America Act and end shutdown amid deadlock among lawmakers over funding. Listen to this.
Senator Mike Lee said it's essentially impossible to pass the Save America Act through reconciliation. What's your reaction to that? Is the president worried that that strategy might fail?
I think he's willing to try all strategies. I spoke with him about this yesterday, and he said if we can make it work through reconciliation, let's absolutely do that. These, again, are common sense policies that are backed by the vast majority of voters across this country.
Now, according to the DHS, nearly 500 airport security officers have quit since the start of the partial government shutdown in February, as a congressional dispute over the department's funding forced TSA officers to work without pay. However, it remains unclear how long the funding will last or if Trump is tapping funding for the DHS. Approved last year as part of a massive tax and spending bill, Democrats in Congress have blocked DHS funding while demanding a change in rules governing its immigration operations after agents in Minneapolis shot and killed 2 U.S. citizens. However, Republicans have rejected repeated proposals by Democrats to fund TSA separately as negotiations continue over reforms to immigration and customs enforcement.